Hello everybody, Marlene here. Welcome back to my channel. On this day we went and stopped at a small town outside of where we were vacationing with my daughter and her family. And the town's name was Crosby. And on the side of the highway they had a thrifting yard sale type of place. So we stopped to see what they had. We were vacationing with her daughter and her family at a cottage on the Rideau canal at a place called Chaffey's Locks. So it was close to that. And if you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to post a little bit of a clip about how the locks worked, showing a large boat that went through the locks while we were there. It's quite interesting, but if you don't want to watch that, it will be at the end of the video and you can just skip it. So I hope you enjoy the video. There. Here I am trying to get the top off this perfume bottle, and I didn't realize till I got it home that it was a screw top. I really enjoyed looking at all of these cabinet cards that he had, but most of them were priced from $10 to $20. I did pick out one. It had a slight tear in it, but that's okay.
Oh ja, ik heb die andere verkocht.
Ja, hetzelfde. Ja, oké, dan ga je daar.
Ja,
Tot ziens.
tot ziens. Dat is voor de post, hè? Dat is een old weight voor de post.
You don't have a price on it. What would you like for that?
Well, the big one is 10, I would say 5 for the little one.
And how much for the little powder dish?
$2?
Sure.
I hate it when people don't have stuff marked. Make sure
No, this beautiful. I just didn't look well enough, I guess, but I owe you $5.
that they have them on the box. Yeah.
There were a lot of people here that day, so I had to keep the camera pointed down quite a bit. So I apologize if you don't get a good view of what's on the tables.
Yeah. Here, I will take these two. $5. One came from this one over here.
I did look at these casserole lids because I need one for one of my casserole dishes, but then I couldn't remember what size I needed, so I left them.
Oh, do they come with the, what about the little weapons and all that stuff?
Yeah, take the weapon.
And I really thought about picking up this little plate for $5. It was Balik, and I do collect Balik. Maybe if it had been a bowl, which would have more purpose, I would have picked it up. I love the color of this slag glass. She had two pieces. but they were retail price and fairly expensive, and that's not how much I wanted to be spending today. I also collect birds, and this little bird at $2.50 made in Japan was a deal, and I'm not sure why I did not pick that up. I think I was just a little bothered because the woman that owned this booth was hovering a little too much.
This is Sweeney. And this one, this is first time, that's the first time. I guess it means you just to take it off till I find it.
Small butter or cheese dish.
I also should have grabbed this little spike. I have been looking for one of these for quite a long time, and $8 really wasn't that bad of a deal.
Sometimes you do it and then it doesn't expect you to.
I do collect red transferware, so I was checking out the bottom of this little jug, but it didn't have a maker's mark. It obviously had some age to it, and it also had a little saucer that went with it, and the price wasn't bad either, but I did not pick that up either.
Oh, yeah, no, I just yelled at you.
Oh, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Oh, you yell at women a lot, do you? I could get you in trouble.
it does usually. That's part of the game. Take your time.
Kind of like that, but we're covered with
Well, you know that's multiple pieces, eh?
Yeah.
It may have been on a Lazy Susan at one time.
Probably was.
Yeah, but it's still conserved.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
How are you? Hello, how are
So that one maybe you haven't seen before.
This
These ones maybe you've seen. But
I
not, these are UST.
Yeah, that's a different.
Canada stopped with 2 series. Both. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the way he likes golf?
Well, so they golf absolutely everywhere. So he has golf boyfriend, which is on the North Shore. They golf everywhere, so they golf here.
I love Evergreen.
And they prefer Rideau.
Rideau Lake?
They prefer that.
I golf Monday and I'm living week there.
But then they love the old one.
Yeah, the old original one. Yeah, yeah. They're not in very good shape these days.
They love Lombardy, but they do everything. They go as far as Kingston. And that's why I call him boyfriend. You call them.
That's neat.
Boyfriend's wife.
Got it.
Suzanne, right?
Yes.
The life works well, Suzanne.
It's good to see you looking so well.
Thank you. Thank you. That is the plan to stay this way.
Somebody is taking pictures for somebody else.
For my daughter.
Lots of moms do that. I love it. Is she a collector of these things?
Some of them,
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you
She's just getting into it. Like,
I had a mom last week and I had these little mushroom things, and she goes, "Oh, my daughter's gonna love this." And she goes, "I'm not gonna buy."
Somebody not happy. Couldn't get what they wanted.
Want to get a book? These look fun too. Yep.
I have been looking for one of these really large casserole dishes in the cornflower pattern to go with the rest of the sets that I have. But I don't know why I hesitated this day. This one was the cheapest at $22. Later in the video, there are some other ones that are $40 or more.
$1 each? I'm sorry?
I totally miss this silver candlestick snuffer.
My preference would be
I don't think those will fit your feet.
Well, you're taking it in.
Sorry everyone, someone's dog keeps barking in my video, and I hope it doesn't upset your dogs. This is another one of those large casserole dishes that I was looking at earlier, and this one was $40. And here is another one of those large casserole dishes.
no. No, we have. Yes.
I had one of these pencil case boxes when I went through public school, and that was many years ago. I think this one was a reproduction.
I don't mind being out in the sun.
I really like this tiny little clock, but not for $20. For my daughter. She's not here. No, but if I see something, I send it to her and she'll tell me if she wants to.
You don't take picture of everything.
No, no. Just something I think she is interested in.
Yeah, that's the handy thing these days, that you can shop for someone long distance.
Yes. Well, I get to go to more of these than she does.
Yeah.
This said it was a vintage jade brooch and they wanted $15 for it.
And then I eventually looked it up, and there's a Black Sea Scotty or whatever it was. Yeah, and apparently somebody else I talked to at the time, they might as well go throw that away because it's not very good meat.
Hi. You guys been all over the place? Probably 20 times.
I'll take them.
So I really had a fun time looking at that little market beside the highway. There was lots to see, things that I'd never seen before and things that I would like to see, and was glad I got the opportunity. And the only other thing is I found they were retail prices for most of this stuff, so I didn't pick up a lot. One of the things I did get was this little cabinet card. As I mentioned in the video, when I looked through them all, this one really appealed to me because of what she's wearing and her feather muff. I thought that was quite interesting. Now this one does have a little tear at the top, but that didn't bother me at all. And it had the name Nellie Bird on the back. Then the same man had this little compact case. I don't think it's silver, but it's probably silver plate. He wanted $5 for this and $8 for the card, but he made me a deal for, I paid $10 for both. I could not tell what the design was on the front. It could have been a bird, or maybe a fish, or maybe a dragon. Regardless, it was nice and ornate. Then at another lady's booth, I did pick up a couple more items. One was this small little weigh scales. She had two of them, a larger one and a smaller one. The larger one was $10 and she asked $5 for the small one, so I picked it up. It would have been a postmaster's weigh scales for your letters or your airmail. Then you saw me pick up this little perfume bottle at the beginning of the video, and I did mention that I could not get the top off it there, and then I realized when I got it home that it had a screw top on it. It's a nice little perfume bottle, and even the stopper is fine, no chips or cracks on any of it. And she wanted $5 for this, but I ended up paying $2. And that is the end of my haul. Now at the end of this video, I promised that I would put in some footage from my holiday showing the locks at the Rideau canal. This is south of Ottawa, Ontario. And it's really cool to see because they have to raise and lower the level of the water in the locks in order for the boats to go through. And we happened to be there when one of the largest boats went through the locks, and it barely fits in between the gates. It goes through approximately once a month throughout the summer. And the locks themselves are manually opened and closed, and it looked like they were university students hired for the summer to do this job. Here you see they are slowly opening the gates to let the water out of the locks. The gates at the other end have been closed, so they lower the water and then they allow the boat to enter the gates. Next, because the boat is so tall, they have to swing the top portion of the bridge around to allow the boat in. That portion is the bridge that the cars drive across.
Most of the locks in Ottawa are just like
That
this.
was weird. I told them that the fourth was coming through first.
Here you see the large boat approaching the locks. It's called the Kawartha Voyager. In order for it to fit between the two sets of gates in the lock, they have to fold up the front portion of the boat.
Yeah, I would say there's cabins down there by the look of it. Yep.
Well, that's
I'm
something for
sure
you guys
that
to do
would be
someday.
about the same size boat we would see if we went to Egypt.
Yeah.
It might just fit. I wonder how they can swing the bridge.
Not in yet. Gotta get past that gate, right?
Yeah. And now that the boat is completely inside of the locks, they can close the back gates. They can raise the water level by opening the front gates, and then the boat can pass on through. That's a lot of exercise for those students. They said they do this about 200 times a day.